When you stop comparing yourself to others and start nurturing your own path, everything changes. Gratitude replaces negativity, and your life will begin to flourish. The more you focus on what is going right, the more you realize how much potential has been overlooked. It's amazing what happens when you start investing in yourself. They say that the grass is greener on the other side. You've heard that quote before, but I don't believe that. I don't agree with that. I believe that the grass is green where you water it, right? Where you put time and effort in. And if you're so focused on what other people are doing, it takes away from what you could be doing for yourself. If you're so focused on comparing your chapter 5 to somebody else's chapter 1 or to chapter 10, how are you ever going to get to chapter 6, right? If you're so fixated and focused on the comparison of your blueprint to somebody else's blueprint, it takes away from you working on where you are now and where you want to be. All right, and especially now in this day and age, we live in an age where we have access to what everybody's doing. We have access to, all these people that we've never even met. We have access to all the people that we know and we've met and they're part of our lives, but we have access to everything that they're doing. So when we do meet them, we have nothing to talk about because you already know what they've been up to. But as a result, a lot of people are comparing their day, their real life day. And the days are boring, right? A lot of people they're focused on what they need to do. Hi, butterfly. They're so focused on, elevating that themselves that process, I've always said this, the process is not a pretty process. It's a boring process, but it's a process nonetheless. But as a result, a lot of people are comparing their real life day to a curated highlight reel that somebody else is posting. All right, and as a result, it takes away from what we could be doing. It takes away from what we should be doing. But also, more importantly, it plants a seed in our own head of, oh, this person's doing this and this person's doing this. And that creates doubt. That creates fear. That creates uncertainty. That creates insecurities in ourselves. So as a result, so many people are not, taking the chance of starting that blog, starting that vlog, starting that YouTube channel, or just locking in and being a better version of themselves because they just think, what's the point? Because all these other people are doing it and all these other people are doing so well, why should I do it, right? I know a lot of you people have thought like that before. I've thought like that before. But the truth is, the grass is green where you choose to water it, right? And the best way to do this is to stop paying attention, right? I'm not saying don't consume, because social media and the internet is a massive part of our lives now, but anything that doesn't serve you, anything that is taking away from you watering your own plants and you watering your own grass, just get rid of it, right? And that's why they have features like mute, so you can mute all these people. Or better yet, what's stopping you just deleting social media? What's stopping you just getting off of everything just to focus on yourself? Just so you can lock in and do what you need to do. Go into your mode, go into your monk mode, right? The best way to stop paying attention and watering other people's grass is to start auditing what you're doing. Something that really helped me was I started listing out at the end of the day whether the day was a win or a loss. And for everybody, it could look differently. Did I learn something new? Was I happy? Did I do something of value? Was I communicating properly? How was I showing up? What were my wins in the day? These are the things that can dictate whether the day was a good day or a bad day, or a winning, not really a good day or bad day. You can have a bad day, but it could still be a win because you could take something away from, it being not the best of days, right? Because the truth is, you have good days and you have bad days, but the reality is you want to have more winning days than losing days, not losing days, all right? And then from there, I started breaking it down into quarters, kind of like a football game, American football that is, into 3 quarters for ice hockey, all right? The morning, the afternoon, and the evening, All right, the morning lasts until 12 o'clock. All right, regardless of when you wake up, morning lasts until 12 o'clock. And then the afternoon is 12 to 5. And the evening is 5 to when you go to sleep. And there's been days where I've won the morning, but then I lost the afternoon and evening because, for whatever reason. And there's days where I win all three. And a win, like I said, could be different for different people. Right? As long as you're doing something of value of what you want to build and how you want to be as a person, those are wins. Are you helping people? How are you showing up? Are you thinking correctly? Are you doing what needs to be done? All right, I woke up this morning at 5 a.m. I did a few errands. I did what I needed to do. I went to the gym. I was finished the gym by 7:30. I came back. I had my coffee. I did some writing, I did some editing, I did some work. And by the time it was 10 o'clock, I was able to just take a deep breath and have a 2-hour break before my morning was 1, right? Because I'm thinking this way, I knew, okay, I can have a break. I can go into the afternoon strong. Because what happens is we do go, and then we flat out fail. We flat out just drop. It's windy. So that to me is the first way that you can check yourself of, prioritizing your focus and your attention on yourself and what you need to do, right? And watering your own grass and watering yourself. So that is probably one of the best ways you can start off, is to check yourself in where your focus is going, right? Because your focus is your currency. And we're living in a world now where the world is out to rob you of your currency. It's trying to take your currency. It's trying to take your focus away, and it's robbing you through cheap dopamine hits that come in the form of distractions, right? Listen, I know you go on social media and you've given your attention to all these other people, but my question to you is, why not you? That person's doing it, why not you? All right, because the truth is, you have it in you. All right, oftentimes we look for validation, we look for the right time, we look for the perfect time, we try to wait for people to give us a green light on what we should do and shouldn't do. We look for the signs, but the truth is, the only person's permission you need to do anything is yourself, right? And you have it. You just need to take action. You just need to stop prioritizing watering other people and water yourself. Invest in yourself, because the best return on interest is when you invest in yourself. Get the skills you need. If you want to start an editing company, start editing yourself, right? If you want to start a cooking company, when you're bored, make a meal, hone that craft. Focus on your skill set. Why not you? I want you to ask yourself that. Why not you? If they're doing it, you can do it. And I get it. Sometimes, you've tried, you've failed, but you got to stand back up, because you can fail 11 times, but the 12th time could be the one that you needed to step forward to break through that wall, right? Why not you? Why not you? That person's, they've built up a following. They're showing up each day. They're posting consistently. Why not you? Right? Because the truth is, all these people that you're watering and paying attention to, you don't know what they're doing. You don't know, but behind the scenes, are they paying attention to other people? Because the truth is, they're probably not. They're locked in on themselves. They're focused in on themselves. They're dialed in on what they need to do. And they're watering themselves so they can grow. But meanwhile, you're watering them, and they're growing, and they're growing, and they're growing, right? Meanwhile, your own garden is dead, right? So you need to stop. You need to stop giving away your attention, stop giving away your focus, and start locking in and doing what you need to do. There's always a better place. There's always going to be somebody stronger than you, faster than you, richer than you. There's always going to be better clothes out there. There's always going to be, somebody in a location spot that's better than where you went. There's always going to be a better looking guy. There's always going to be a better looking woman. There's always going to be, these families that you envision yourself to have. There's always going to be a faster car and a better car and a newer model of everything. A better phone with more storage, so on and so forth. There's always going to be something better. But if that's your focus, if that's your priority, is to show face, go broke trying to look rich, you're never going to get anywhere. Stop focusing on that. Focus on what you need to do today to be a better version of yourself. All these things that are better don't matter. The only thing that you need to get better at is yourself. The only version that needs to be updated or upgraded is yourself. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's easy. It's not. But nothing in life worth getting, nothing in life worth having and getting is easy. I know I always use video games as an example, but would it be worth the satisfaction of completing a game if it was so easy? No, the satisfaction comes from knowing that you overcame the journey and beat that final boss, and the ending was worth it. The gear that you got at the end was worth it, right? So it's not easy. It's not gonna be easy, and no one ever said it was gonna be easy, but it's worth it, right? And I don't know about you, but I'd rather go through a tough journey and a tough battle than waste my mental energy on comparing myself with other people and then complaining about the results I didn't get from the work I didn't do. That's like working all week and then spending that paycheck on your neighbor and then complaining that you don't have any money and then blaming him. But it was your choice to spend your money on him. You can't blame him. And you can't complain that you're broke. You spent that money. It was your choice. I'm gonna say that again. That's like working all week and spending your paycheck on your neighbor and then blaming him that you're broke. So bringing it back to what we're talking about, you're focused so much on what other people are doing, and then you're complaining that they have a better life than you, when in reality you're not doing anything to better yourself because your focus is them. Stop focusing on them, focus on you. When you're locked in, when you have laser focus, you don't care what other people are doing. It's usually when you're not locked in and not focused, it becomes a little bit of a process, it becomes a little bit difficult. But when you are invested in your own grass and you're busy cutting it and watering it and feeding it and giving it the right supplements, you do not give a shit about what other people are doing. You don't care. Not only just for yourself, but for your family, your friends, your work, your craft, your skill set, your creativity, your future family and your future kids. You're doing it for them because now you have a why. And when you know your why, the how is revealed. But none of that is possible if you're just so focused on that black mirror of what others are doing, all right? So lock in, focus up, boys and girls, focus up. Because trust me when I say it's amazing what happens when you start getting those results. When those results start flowing in, the comparison fades, right? And there's no other gratifying feeling waking up and winning each quarter of the day, going to sleep knowing that that day was a win and you want to do it again and again and again. And you'll have losses, but at the end of the year, you'll have more wins than losses. That's how you audit your day. That's how you audit your life. I'm gonna challenge you guys. I challenge you to lock in. I challenge you to invest in yourself. And what I mean by that is not monetary. I challenge you to invest in yourself through effort. I challenge you to invest in yourself through cutting things off, cutting people off, cutting distractions off. I challenge you to invest in yourself by catching old behaviors and breaking habits and breaking patterns that's stopping you and your potential and stopping you being a better version of yourself, the best version of yourself. So I challenge you, invest in yourself, invest in your time, invest in your craft, invest in the skills you don't have, right? I challenge you because the truth is, change doesn't happen by chance. I'll say that again, change doesn't happen by chance. Change happens through effort, conscious effort. And the effort comes from self-awareness of checking yourself of, this is where I'm messing up. This is where I'm not showing up. This is where I'm doing good, right? Challenge you. Something else that you can do is create an anti-vision. Create an anti-vision. Get yourself a notepad and pen and write out everything that you don't want your future to look like. Write out everything that, list out all the ways that you don't want to be. List the type of person you don't want to be. List the type of people you don't want to be around. List the environments that you don't see yourself in. List what you want your family to not be like. Right? List the things that you don't want your future kids to be involved in or to be like. Create an anti-vision, because that will narrow down what you want your vision to be like. But also creating an anti-vision really gives you some sort of like tunnel vision focus of what I don't want to be like, and then work backwards, reverse engineer the things that you need to do to not go down that route, to go down the route that you do want to go down. So I challenge you to create that anti-vision and invest in yourself. And when I say invest in yourself, and I was talking about the effort, I don't want you to just consume content and self-development, talk just for the sake of getting a cheap dopamine hit of the idea of changing your life. I mean, actually investing in yourself, the effort, the time, the patience, and actually taking action, learning something and implementing it, All right, don't get stuck in the self-improvement prison of where you're consuming content just for the sake of consuming content. Get out of that. Create an anti-vision, lock in, and just hustle through it, right? You have all these guys talking about winter rock. They're in their winter rock. Listen, a winter rock is for boys, right? A winter rock just tells me that you're talking about you're hustling now just for the next 3 months. That just tells me you wasted the last 9, and now you want to lock in. All right, stop taking advice from these guys that are so focused on the winter arc. You're telling me your hustle is defined by a season? No. Real hustlers, real grinders, we do it all year, every day. That's the real growth. Growth happens on a daily, not seasonally. All right? Guys, I'm telling you, I said this at the start of the video. Why not you? You keep consuming, you keep watering other people, you keep promoting their businesses, you keep promoting their hustles and their pages, you're reposting other people's quotes. Listen, make your own quote. Make your own quote, repost your own brand. Make your brand. If you don't have one and you want one, create it. You're rocking other people's clothing and you want your own clothing, make your own clothing. Start your own food blog. Start your own YouTube channel. You reposting their recipes, make your own. Why not you? I'm gonna end this video by saying, why not you? You need to ask yourself that. I can't answer that for you. All I know is that stop asking for permission from other people, because the only person's permission you need is yourself, and you have it. You just need to prove it to yourself. So why not you? Lock in. Why not you? Because once you answer that question, why not you? You'll realize, and I promise you, you'll realize how much potential and how many results you've been leaving on the table. And it's just there for you to be taken by you. It's up to you now. The results are on the table. Take them. So lock in, dial in, laser focus. Peace.